I had a weight loss journey and kind of what got me motivated and how I felt when I continually exercised and how that changed my mindset, my thinking. And at that point it clicked and I.
Hey everybody, it's Dave. I'm here with my man George Lewis.
Hey guys.
How you doing today?
I'm doing really well. I'm hanging in there like most of us.
Yeah, for sure. I wanted to invite you on here today just because we met a few years ago doing the Ragnar running group, and
right.
You always took me in as a super positive guy that had a great mindset, and I'm thinking you could help some folks with their mindsets and their routines today. So thanks for coming on tonight.
Thank you. Yeah.
So just recently we've joined a COVID-19 running group, right?
Yeah.
And, the running, basically the goal is to run, walk, whatever, 19 miles a week for COVID-19.
Yeah.
And so what kind of made you think about joining that group and get going on it?
So, that's funny you mentioned what made me think about joining, because originally when I clicked on it, I was like, just the name COVID, I was like, you know what? I don't even know if I want to be part of it.
Yeah, right.
But then ultimately what happened is I realized, you know what? All my friends and my community and the people that I know are sort of outdoors people, were all jumping on. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of need that connection right now. So ultimately that's why I jumped on, because I needed that connection, and I'm sure a lot of other folks do.
Yeah, for sure. So you and I briefly discussed, but if you're like me, like when this thing first started coming down, it kind of just threw my day into a wrench. Like I didn't know how to act. I was home just kind of, I don't know, to be honest, I was like drinking more wine and drinking every day and just like, well, shit, I don't know what to do. And
absolutely
it kind of messes with your mindset a little bit.
Yeah.
And you talked about that to me a little bit. So what got you to shift to being more active and positive and outgoing here?
Yeah. So you're absolutely right. I was kind of in the same boat the first week as I think a lot of folks were. I was like, I couldn't figure out. I'm like, do I walk? Do I run? Do I try to do something in my gym? I just didn't really know what to do. And the first week, I really didn't do anything. I'm going into about my fourth week of home officing. And the first week was like, I couldn't find a routine. And so ultimately, I started thinking about my previous, I had a weight loss journey and kind of what got me motivated and how I felt when I continually exercised and how that changed my mindset, my thinking. And at that point it clicked. And I just about the last week I've been consistent every day working out. It's taking about 3 weeks to kind of really get in a groove of being consistent again. But there was a point where I was just like, okay, you know what exercise and fitness does for you, not physically, but mentally, and those endorphins and all those good things and feelings that happen, and how you interact with your family and how you interact with other people. And to be honest, David, I was like, I miss it. Like I cannot fall in the slump. And so, once that kind of clicked for me, and I know it's not easy for people to just change that mindset like instantly. And it didn't happen for me that way. I was in the rut too. Yeah. But I think once you make that small step, once you, and it could be just do some jumping jacks, or do a burpee, like just do anything to kind of get the heart rate up and get breathing a little bit. And I'm telling you, you will feel, but acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just do it and be like, oh, I did that. Like, be in the moment for a second. And once you start to make that shift, just keep adding on to that. Just keep adding on. And I'm not saying you got to get out there and you got to run 19 miles a day, or you got to, do a hardcore workout. But just get moving. Just get moving. And obviously a lot of us today, a lot of our stuff is in our garage or to videos or to, are just walking around our neighborhood. One of the other things that's been really encouraging for me lately, David, is I'm meeting like all my neighbors. I've lived in this house for 11 years. And I'm like meeting people, and I'm like, whoa, how come did you like live behind me?
Yeah. Just from all your walks now, from walking
Right,
out.
yeah, just from my walks around, because I mean, I'm just staying, in my immediate neighborhood. So I encourage you all to just, the parks are closed. Just go around your block. I know some of us might live in the country or whatever, and you probably really don't know people, but get out. Get out and just experience that. And if you're not able to, get out for any reason, if you have your family at home, a spouse, your dogs, your cats, whatever, just start doing stuff, next to them or your pets or whatever. Just get moving. And one thing I want to add too is, our breathing is so important. And often if we could just take a moment to just acknowledge our breath, things will start to, it's like a calming to our body. So if you just, you're going to automatically feel better. So even if you just start there.
Do you do any sort of 5-minute meditation throughout your day at all? Do you meditate?
I have not been consistent with that either. I do meditate, and I also pray, and I also read the word. But meditation is often, and lately it's been for me just, like right now I'm in my den, so I'll shut down the computer and literally I'll just
quiet time.
Kind of look around. I got like count your blessings in front of me. The answer is yes. Talk about a successful marriage, falling in love with the same person. So I'll just sit around. You know what else I do too? Is at nighttime, and don't think I'm creepy, y'all, but I will go outside my house, and when it's all lit up, I will look in, like from my patio, just look in the window and feel blessed. Like I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so just having those things to, again, kind of ground us and bring us like, this is where we're at today, and finding a new appreciation for where we're at. Like I'm for a long time, I would say, God, I wish I could take off 2 weeks and spend it at my home because I'm always on the go. And, man, I crack up with my wife because I'm like, honey, how many times have we been in our house alone for a limit? So I think about all that stuff. I'm like, well, you be careful what you ask for.
That's right. Yeah, definitely, I'm definitely starting to see like my mindset shifting to be more positive with this whole thing. And you mentioned meeting your neighbors around the block that you'd never met before. And, and I'm thinking, what are the chances you and I would have ever done a Zoom call, without the situation we're in today,
Right.
Never.
Exactly.
So
absolutely right.
It's just helping us reconnect also. So
I agree.
I've been doing Zoom calls almost every single day with different folks.
Wow.
A lot of it's work related and some isn't.
Yeah.
Whether it's happy hours or this or that, but it's actually helping bring people more together in a sense.
Yeah, I agree. I've patronized some of the businesses that you posted about, the edible arrangement. That it was so funny because that day I was literally walking and I was watching that, and it was my niece's birthday. And so I was like, bam, there you go.
Yes.
Order an edible arrangement. So it got delivered at 5 and she was so happy. Yeah.
No way. That makes me happy, man.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's well, that's great. Yeah, and I totally agree. Like I know like right now it's hard to get a super intense workout that we may have been able to do before. I know you're like PFTer and all that, and my wife's complaining about not being able to work out as much. I'm like, if you can get 20 to 30 minutes in of some sort of physical activity, like don't beat yourself up over it. Just get it in and feel good that you're able to get it in,
Yeah. Lots of the businesses are doing, the live coaching. At True You, we've developed a online library. Helena's doing drop-ins for those that aren't members and so forth. So it's the availability is still out there. It's just different. So I think we're having to figure out a new way to stay in it. I like stay in it to win it. And we will get through this, and we will be stronger when it's all over. We will.
What's your mindset or your morning? Do you have a strong morning routine? I've heard like a lot of the most successful people have just a super strong morning routine to kind of get them going.
Mhm.
So I like to ask other people that.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I do. I get up, I do some prayer, and then, like I said, most of the time I will do some type of meditation. But even if it's not a meditation, it's just taking some stillness, just some stillness, even if it's just for 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. Not, trying to not have things going in the mind. And then I like to stretch. Stretching is just like, will just loosen things up and kind of get you going for the day.
Awesome. I love stretching as well, and I reminds me I need to do it more. I probably only do it once, twice a week, and
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
There you go.
Yeah, man. So, well, I'm glad
We're in it.
you're doing good.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. I'm doing the, like I said, just like all of us, all of you, everybody out there, we're all in the same boat, and we're all trying to figure out a new normal. And as soon as we get it all figured out, we're gonna be back to the old business.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be like, but I can already see, because I'm a bit of a planner, is that there's a lot of takeaways that I'm already getting from this. It's a time to read, to study, to re-educate yourself in various areas that maybe you kind of let fall to the wayside. It's a time to redevelop some relationships that have fallen to the wayside.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, we as a society have been so go, 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 go that it's just to tell, been told us to sit around and stay home.
Right.
And, takes some getting used to, for sure.
It does. It does.
And everybody complains.
Get that fresh air.
Yeah.
Get the fresh air. Go out. Like I said, there's no restrictions on actually going out. You just gotta maintain the social distance. So get out, get some fresh air. When the sun is out, just go bask in it. Open your arms up, take it all in.
Right. Enjoy it while you can.
Yep. Yep.
Cool, man.
And even the rain. I walked in the rain. I think when I was texting you last night, and I walked in the rain, and it was just so the air smelled so fresh. It felt fresh, and it was just like a cleansing. Even being out there, when it was drizzling and when it stopped, there was a sense of peace that I was able to find and even doing that. So don't let the rain scare you, people. Yeah. Get out there. You can build, if you got a big plastic bag and you don't got a punch out, cut a hole in it, still get going.
I've done that at the beginning of some races.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you make it happen. There you go.
I saw a video the other day and you had some plastic on.
Oh yeah. You just make it happen. You just make it happen.
I'll make it stop.
There you go. There you go.
I appreciate you hanging out for a minute.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime. I appreciate all the stuff you're doing. I have been following your posts and your Instagrams and all that. And definitely a huge contribution to the community. And we need it. We really do.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Good deal.
Well, try to get your 19 miles in this week.
I will. That's my plan. That is my plan. You too.
I'll do it. I'm on it. That's the goal.
There you go. That's it. We're all in it together.
That's right. All right, homie. We'll talk to you later.
All right, David. Say hi to the wife for me.
I will. Say hi.
Take care.
All right. See ya.